Hello, everybody. I hope you had a good weekend. I hope you got to see me at the NAACP Image Awards if you got a chance to watch it. It was a fun night. Last week was one of the most busiest weeks of my life, and I thought, and at the end, I was timing everything with the combine. So I thought the combine had started like last week, and I was like, no, the combine. Whew, the combine is this week. We're all on schedule. So today I'm gonna hop over there in a couple of hours. I'm gonna get all the wife and the kids out and get them ready for school and all this morning. But I'm gonna go through these tiers, and I've started the tiers of one position, and one position I'm putting most of my attention on in this off season, and that potential position is running back. Now I don't care particularly what running back because I got a lot that I really like. I don't particularly care what round. I have them set here that this one can go in this round, this one can go in that round, whatever. I don't care. All I care about is us getting the right one that's going to be, our running backs for the future. And we really could and probably should come out of this draft with a duo, because at the back end of this draft, there should be some angry, running backs that should have been picked, and some real good running backs that could have been picked that could be a seventh rounder that I'm not going to talk about today, and push him with one of these guys that I am going to talk about today, and we'll have a 1-2 punch that is like nasty, because the one we get in the seventh round will probably be better than Rico. I'll just put it in. I love Rico. There's nothing bad to say about Rico. That's just the depth and talent in this year's draft. All right, I'm gonna go through these tiers really quickly, and then maybe in like 2 hours or so, I'm gonna spark up over there and I'm gonna go live, and then we're gonna talk about it, in depth. And you can add anybody, and you can push somebody up to a tier, or push somebody down to a tier, whatever. But I'm gonna start out with tier one, and that tier one, it's just Ashton Genty. It's nobody else on that tier but Ashton Genty. When I watch his highlights, he just does things, and he's capable of things that no one else was when I was watching their tape as well. It wasn't like he was getting more tackles, and you couldn't put it on the competition, because a lot of times the other running backs, I didn't know what their competition was out there either. You know what I'm saying? So, and you can't put it on that. And the things that he was doing, he was running through tackles, he was shedding, he was doing everything that you wanted to do. And I know most of you only saw him the first time, because I'm on here on the West Coast, so I was able to see a lot of Ashton Genty live. Watch him during the game and watch how he beats up teams or whatever, not just his highlights after the game and what he did and his hype on the internet or whatever. So a lot of you only watch Ashton Genty in the college football playoffs, right? So I have a good, I will implore you to look at it like this. What if you had never heard of Saquon Barkley, and someone showed you highlights of Saquon Barkley before the Super Bowl, and you was ready to see, highlights of him making explosive runs, jumping people backwards, and all that kind of stuff, all the stuff he done this season, whatever. So that person would be, waiting to see that, Super Bowl with Saquon Barkley, and it never happened. He got 57 yards. It never happened. You'll be looking for that, and that person would think that, well, I guess the Saquon Barkley guy isn't really that good. Not true, because we know how good Saquon Barkley is, and the threat of Saquon Barkley made one of the best defensive minds of all time focus only on Saquon Barkley, which allowed the rest of the offense, which was talented, to just have a field day. So Jalen Hurts, all the other guys just did well, and Saquon Barkley, put his team on his shoulders basically and carried them to the Super Bowl and said, all right, let's do it. The opposite of what, the formula that happens in Kansas City, especially last year, where Kansas City took, Mahomes all the way to the Super Bowl, because Mahomes didn't have a great season last year. And then in the Super Bowl, Mahomes said, all right, guys, I got this. Kind of opposites. But that guy, we could have a Saquon Barkley type talent on our team that will make defenses like, okay, we got to stop this guy. Stop this guy. Where's CeeDee Lamb? I don't know. You get what I'm saying? Where's Turpin? Did anybody see Turpin? No, he's in the end zone. You know what I'm saying? Because you're over focused on that running back and running game. And then secondly, with our our new offensive hires and the way we think they might want to run the ball, if it is true the way that they do want to run the ball, this is the perfect guy for him, man. Since when his dad had LaDainian Tomlinson, maybe. you know what I'm saying? That is tier one. That is tier one. However, I will say, if he is not there at 12, you do not go up to get him. We do not cry either if the Raiders or somebody else moves ahead of picks him ahead of us and say and Ashton Jeanty is gone. We're good. We're so good, it's ridiculous, because tier 2 is just full of monsters. And let me tell you something else. Tier 2, there's like this thin, almost invisible line between tier 2 and tier 3. So we've got to go in depth in these running backs and actually find out which ones will be best for us. Like for tier 2 right now, I have Quinshon Judkins, thuggy, very thuggy. You know what I'm saying? And he has the tool. He doesn't have that top end speed like Jeanty, but Judkins can get the job done with no problem whatsoever. Trevion Henderson, his running back mate, those two are individuals on their own, and they share the backfield wonderful, but don't get it messed up. They are top-notch running backs by themselves. Maybe my favorite of this group, maybe Caleb Johnson. He's a big boy and can do everything and whatnot. Amarian Hampton is in this group. We have Ollie Gordon III, who people cannot forget about. He had a bad season because of a bad team. Kind of the same thing with Boise, but they just couldn't get anything going because the line was just too terrible. But you got Ollie Gordon. You got to look at Ollie Gordon and make sure how he looks in these in the combine. And then of course my boy Cam Scatterbo. I mean. This is like, now all of these are potential second rounders. You know what I'm saying? We got Judkins, Henderson, Johnson, Hampton, and Gordon, and whichever one is not picked in the second round or whatever, or picked third or fourth round, maybe. Can't you imagine picking Cam Scatterbo in the third or fourth round? How mad he's going to be. I would love it. I would absolutely love it. So that's what I'm saying. This running back, if we don't come away with a stud running back this year or two stud running backs this year, excuse me, we have every reason to just like go crazy because there are just tons of them. Let me go to tier number 3. Tier 3, Dylan Sampson. Can anybody ask me why I don't have Dylan Sampson in tier 2? I mean, he's got breakaway speed and all that kind of stuff, but that's how the line blurs right there. He could easily be in 2. You got Bashal Tutin. You got Devin Neal who could be in 2. You got Taj Brooks. You got Trevor Etienne. You got Damian Martinez. You got them 2 guys in Michigan, Donovan Edwards and Khalil Mullins. You got DJ Giddens. You got RG Harvey, who I really, really, really like. I really like RJ Harvey. And you got Bashard Smith, who should be in a 2. Could be a 2 or whatever. Jarquez Hunter. It's a whole bunch of running backs right there in tier 3 that we need to take like a lot of time and look and see how they would fit what's going on in Dallas. Because, man, if you are like me and have been waiting for us to invest in into the running game and the running back, I don't know how you can't be a little bit excited this morning. I don't care about everybody else in the league. I don't care about anything right now. I'm caring about, wow, we're getting to put together a running game, hopefully, with offensive linemen, with coaches, with a scheme, with a running back, all that kind of stuff. Maybe, hopefully. Who knows? All right, man. Like I said, I'll be over there in a couple hours. Holla at you. Peace.